Hello all, welcome to our session. Today's science class for 7th standard, lesson 3, fiber to fabric, we are going to discuss. Before that, I want to arise questions to you. What is fiber and what is fabric? What is fiber? Do you know? Already we learned in the lower classes what is fiber. Yes, thread. Okay, fiber in the sense that is thread. Okay, fabric in the sense that is cloth. Fiber to fabric, it's our lesson. From thread to cloth, how it is made up of, and what are all the types of thread, what is the use of thread, how it is made up of, where we gain the thread, different kind of the thread. These and all we going to discuss in this class. Okay, now fiber to fabric. The fiber is basically two type, that is natural fiber and man-made fiber. Natural fiber and man-made fiber. Natural fiber, it is obtained from, natural fiber which is obtained from where? Natural resources like plant and animals, plant and animal and other organism like that. From that we obtain, we gain that fiber, that is known as a natural fibers, natural phenomenon. Okay, then next man-made fiber, that is a synthetic fiber. For our purpose, we are artificially prepared. We are artificially prepared for our purpose. Okay, which is known as the man-made or synthetic fibers. Man-made or synthetic fibers. And then natural fiber, which is basically two types: wool and silk. Wool and silk. Wool is obtained from different sources. Okay, we know very well that natural sources, natural fibers are made from plant and animal. Both plant and animals, we told. What that is basically two type: wool and silk. Wool is obtained from different sources, different organisms. What are all the organisms? Here, sheep, goat, rabbit, llama and camel. These and all the different organism are produce the wool. Okay, on their skin they produce. Okay, we have an hair now. In our epidermal layer, in our skin, we have what is hair. What is the use of hair? Why it is obtained? The wool, it is obtained from sheep, goat, rabbit, llama and camel, we told. Why it is grow in the skin of that organisms? Why? What is the reason? During the climatic changes, they have to prevent themselves. Summer, winter, like that. Okay, they have to prevent themselves. For that purpose only, that skin is produced. On that skin they grow wool for the protection purpose from the climatic changes. Listen it. So which is known as the wool. It is obtained from different organisms. Okay, it's the first one. And then second is the process of wool. Protection and process of wool. How the wool is formed. Here the wool, the process based on the process of wool, which is basically two type: fleece and keratin. Fleece and keratin. What is fleece? Which is known as the wool fiber. Which is known as the wool fiber. And then next, keratin is the fiber with protein. Fiber with protein based on the protection and processes of wool. Manufacturing processes. Based on the manufacturing process of wool from the goat or sheep, it's basically two types, that is fleece and keratin. What is that told? Okay, then next third thing is fleece. What is fleece? We told that is wool fiber, we told. Okay, now what is fleece? That is one of the hair of the goat or sheep. And then fleece is the hair, we know very well. Then fleece is basically two types, that is kemp and soft under hair. Kemp and soft under hair, which is known as the type of the fleece. Based on the occurrence, based on the growing place on the organism, shoulder, head and what is hip region, like that. Okay, so underarm, like that. Based on that occurrence, based on the occurrence on the organism, the fleece is vary. Okay, so here the fleece, the hair we know, that is kemp, that is thick and rough. The kemp is one of the fleece which is thick and roughest fiber. Okay, and then next soft under hair is a very softest thing, which is fine, soft and curly hair. It is obtained on the sheep. Okay, this is another one type of the fleece. Okay, then fourth thing, fiber and animals. Fiber and its animals. What are all the fibers? We know very well. And what are all the sources is there? We know that different kind of the organism are contains hair on their body. All the organisms, they contain hair, including ourselves. Okay, we have a hair now in our body, whole body. So here fiber and its animal. What are all the animals? So fleece is the one of the wool fiber, we told. It is made from sheep. And then next fur, it is obtained from cat. And bristle, it is from squirrel. And silk from silkworm. Already we learned in lower session that silkworm, like that, silk moth, butterfly like. Okay, it's another one fiber. On future classes we discussed about silk and silkworm, sericulture. Okay, and then fourth thing over, and fifth thing is types of wool. Types of wool. Okay, we will be discussing now. Okay, so types of wool. What are the types of wool? Nearly the 8 categories are there. 8 different types is there. The first one is llama's wool. Llama's wool, which is the baby, which is produced by baby sheep. The soft and hardest, soft and strongest fiber. Okay, which is the llama's wool produced by baby sheep. And next soft wool, which is from adult sheep. Then rough wool, that aged and diseased sheep. That aged and disease containing, that sheep is produced the what is rough wool. Okay, and then next angora wool, which is produced by angora rabbit. The rabbit also one of the resource of the wool. So that angora rabbit, which is angora wool, produced angora wool. And next mogir is the angora rabbit, same thing. Mogir is also the angora rabbit, one of the wool fiber. And then next merino is the special breed of a sheep from Spain, now in Australia. That is it's a special breed which is in Spain. It's originate from Spain, but it is now located in Australia. Listen it. So that is a merino. And phasmina is the hill goats, hilly regions. Okay, this kind of the goat, it is tolerate any kind of the climatic condition, winter or summer, like that, which is known as the hill goats Vasmina wool fiber. And the next Shantus. Shantus is the softest and costliest wool, very costliest wool. Most of the sweaters and raincoats are used in this wool fiber, which is known as the Shantus, very costliest and that same thing softest wool. Okay, so these kind of the wool fibers we are using different byproducts, using in a different byproducts. Okay, and then next fifth thing over, sixth thing is the how that process of fleece, how that fleece is formed, the wool fiber, how that wool fiber is formed. Okay, how that wool fiber is formed, from that how the cloth is formed, that is also you want to know. So next topic is process of fleece. Before that, fiber, from the fiber, single thread, from the single thread how the fabric, the dress is formed. Okay, from the fiber to the from more than number of fiber combined, waving together and produce cloth, and afterwards what is the fabrics, the dress is formed, shirt, shawl, kurte, towels, kerchiefs, etc. So these and all are formed, that is a fabric or dresses. Okay, how it is formed, that is our next question, how it is formed, the process of fleece, process of fleece. So nearly the 6 processes there. What are all? Shearing, washing, grading, carding, spinning, dyeing. Shearing, washing, grading, carding, spinning, dyeing. So nearly the 6 stages are there. Here we are remove the fleece from sheep. From the sheep we are removing the fleece. Fleece is the thread. Okay, so wool fiber we are removing, that is shearing method, with the help of the blades and macro scissors, with the help of the macro scissors and the blade. Okay, we are remove that fleece from the sheep, which is known as the shearing method, shaving method, like that. That is shearing in goat or sheep. Okay, and then washing. What is washing? That oil layer will be cleaned, that oil layer are cleaned, which is basically 2 types, that is scoring, that remove dirt substance in a wool fiber or the fleece, which is known as the scoring, and bures, that is a small fiber removed, the smallest fibers are removed based on the size, based on the length of the fiber, that small fibers are removed, that is known as the burrs. And then next grading. What is grading? Okay, we have to remove and clean that wool fiber. Then afterwards, third thing is grading. We have to be separate based on the quality, based on the length, based on the size. Okay, we have to be classify, we have to be differentiate. Okay, we have to be separate different variety, which is known as the grading, which is known as grading method. Grading or the sorting method. Sorting, another name is sorting. Sorting in the sense we have to be separate, we have to be separate the fleece based on the quality. Okay, that is known as the grading or the sorting. In this process, I want to share one thing, shorter diseases are formed. It is one of the bacterial disease, bacilli disease, caused by the bacilli bacteria, anthrax. Okay, shorter disease, which is known as anthrax. That causative agent of anthrax is bacilli bacterium. Okay, so here the grading method. Okay, through this grading or sorting method, the peoples are separating. Many peoples are, this is one of the mechanical process. Okay, here more than peoples are involving and separate the fiber. In this process, more than number of labors are suffered by the anthrax disease, which is known as the shorter disease. It is caused by the bacilli bacterium. Okay. Then next, cording. What is cording? Which is known as the untangled and roll the fiber into flat sheet is called web. The untangled and roll the fiber into flat sheet. In a flat sheet, we have to be rule the fiber, which is known as the web, like this. This is known as web. Then next is the spinning. What is spinning? Yarn is a continuous thread used for weaving. After that, cording, that fleece is known as the yarn. That yarn is the continuous thread used for weaving. That yarn is next going to prepare for weaving method. Weaving means you have to the thread is going to become cloth, which is known as the weaving method. Listen to it. And next, last, here based on the weaving method, we have to prepare the cloth. Okay, under the thread or the qualified thread is formed. Cloth and the qualified thread, based on the web, the cloth is formed finally. Cloth and the longer thread are formed, which is known as the spinning method. Based on the spinning method, the rolled web is formed. The longest thread, it's known as the web, and web is finally become weaving. Then finally, dyeing method. What is dyeing, sir? Here, add colors. We have to be add colors, red, pink, blue, like that. We are wearing a different kind of the dress, no? Each and every day we are wearing different kind of the dress. So these and all by dyeing method, add colors in a thread. After the weaving process, we have to be add the colors in a fleece or the yarn, okay, which is known as the dyeing method. So these and all the different kind of the process of fleece. And last thing, seventh thing, what is it? Weaving and knitting. Weaving and knitting. What is weaving? Weaving is a create cloth from thread. Already I told here, weaving. Here, weaving is the to create cloth from thread. Single thread we gain from the goat or sheep. Afterwards, finally, after dyeing method, the cloth is formed. Okay, so that is a create cloth from thread. Okay, thread are arranged in a lengthwise now, which is known as a warp. That thread is arranged based on the lengthwise, which is known as the warp, and thread is arranged crosswise. Crosswise means widthness. Here first one is lengthwise, second one is widthness. Based on the widthness, the thread is separated, which is known as the vest. Okay, vest and dhotis, like that we told. Okay, that is a crosswise. The cloth based on the crosswise instance, that is called vest. Okay, lengthwise in the sense that the lengthwise now, that is warp, crosswise now, that is vest. Listen to it. That is a variety of the cloth in a weaving method. And then next, knitting method. What is knitting? Here, stretchable cloth and gym cloth. We are wearing no. Gym cloth are the stretchable cloths we are wearing now. So these and all are prepared in this process, knitting process, which is using needle to create a loop. Using needle to create a loop and web. Sweaters like that. Okay, so these and all man-made sweaters. Okay, hand-made sweaters we told no. That is using needle to create a loop. long needle we are using. So this and all known as a knitting process. The handmade sweater we are preparing now in our home, that is knitting process, that is a stretchable wears, which is known as a stretchable wears, gym cloth and the sweaters, etc. Okay, so this and all the things are very important in this fiber to fabric. Okay, so nearly 7 different topics we discussed. Okay, so here the introduction and the process of wool and fleece and its type. Fifth one, types of wool, fiber and animal and types of wool. And the sixth one is the process of fleece. And seventh one is type of weaving and knitting. These are all we discussed in this class. Upcoming classes we are going to discuss silk. What is silk? What are all the types of silk and how it is obtained, how the silk is formed. These and all we are going to discuss. Okay, thank you, bye. I'll catch you later. Be safe. Thank you.